All right, guys, here we are to talk about The Punisher, Season 1, Episode 5.
Yes.
A.K.A. the last episode, because everyone's dead.
Next 8 episodes are just a long funeral. It's fucked.
Yeah, we definitely got a
Micro getting a
feel
real
that
day job again.
He's a real person. He gets shot. He's
yeah.
taken out of commission in this episode.
Stakes are high, right?
Yeah.
It's not just like he can do whatever he wants no matter what.
As we knew, Micro proved himself. There was a reason
Yeah.
he came on this mission. I want to vote the best acting of the episode to John Bernthal, where he's like, "Did you make another sandwich for me?"
That was, listen, like, that was so awesome. I wrote that down with like a little symbol of like, we have to talk about it. Right?
Where'd you get that? Where the hell did you get that?
No, but like, their interaction, I don't want to call it like an odd couple thing or something like that, but the realness, the wokeness and like the realness of their developing relationship, the kind of stuff that they're putting in, and I don't feel insulted by it, which I usually do. It's like, I guess we have to do character development, like all this shit. When he's like, I'm gonna go talk to your wife, and he's like the looks on their faces, how they're bickering, how they're arguing about how to approach stuff, like it would have been normal, but totally unrealistic to have these two people just immediately beyond this. Yep, we're on the same. Let's team up. Yay!
Yes.
High five. Got it. Right? Because they're from totally different worlds. They kind of hate each other. He thinks he's a dick. He thinks he's like immediately. And this is like so illustrative of that. He even says like, well, all the stuff was in the fridge. Like, make your own fucking sandwich or whatever.
But
then
you
it's
not
kind of
find
like,
it a little odd
that's your thing on the
that he
team.
didn't
Is you
say
make the
like,
sandwiches.
give me another half of that sandwich.
I thought but like the shot hangs out in silence, and you're like watching Micro chew, expecting something, and then nothing happens, and that's awesome too. That he was like, well, that's his sandwich. I guess he's right. I never asked. Like it's this weird awkwardness that they've built into their interactions.
The part that I would have liked, though, like, did John pull that rice and chicken thing with him? Like, did Micro bring that for him? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
in the first place, I would have liked the setup. Like, hey, give me that thing I brought. Here you go. Mix it up for me. Okay.
Like to get up to that.
I would have liked to know the setup of that.
Right, because it was an MRE, but like you weren't sure why he was even opening it or doing it or whatever.
Yeah.
They throw in the line like, "Are you sure you don't want me to like drive while you eat?" And he's like, "No, like fuck off, I'll fucking take care of it," or whatever the fuck. And then he's like, it's gigantic Italian hoagie with all the fucking stuff. And it's like, it's so big too. Oh god, it's so amazing.
It's like, a foot, it's easily a foot long piece of bread.
And there's a line like, "Those are good though. Like MREs are good. Those are fine." And he's like, "Oh, you fucking."
Oh yeah, I like those.
I like those. No, I actually like those too. And like again, it would have been so normal to be like, okay, this is a scene to show that like Punisher's in charge, so he takes the sandwich and gives him the MRE, or like Micro goes like, listen, man, and like, okay, like we're starting to mend our relationship. Let me cut it in half. Do you have you have a giant scary knife? Okay, fuck. And
well,
then,
it was already two.
It was already two
sandwiches.
I didn't know it was already two things.
Yeah, he took half of it out and started eating half. The other half was still wrapped up.
I didn't know that. That's amazing. That's even better then. But that's what I mean. Like to leave it like this, to have it hang like that. When someone's like, well, I didn't know this. Well, you didn't want that. Well, if you needed a ride, you should have asked me. Well, what the fuck? I thought you said. And like all these weird things. And to build that into this relationship where the stakes are like I'm avenging my dead family so you can go back to your real family, and like all these weird high level emotions, to build in a fucking stupid road trip sandwich like thing. I was like, I'm so happy.
I love that bullshit. Like, you never asked kind of crap.
Yeah, exactly.
I
like relationships.
Being at like a restaurant, or a pizza place, I think it was, and someone's like, "Hey, do you have a quarter?" And then like no, sorry, bro. And the person like not getting another piece of pizza because they didn't have an extra quarter, and the person later was like, "Well, I have $1."
Yeah, exactly. Well, you asked for a quarter, and he's like, I fucking watched you eat for the last 15 minutes, you prick. And he's all like, oh, I didn't know you wanted any pizza.
I thought you were like gonna flip it on your finger or something.
No, you didn't. I just thought you weren't hungry or something like that. Yeah, I know. No, and like I'm super impressed with them including that, and I don't know if they call back to it, or if it's like a major point later that will kind of even ruin it. If it's just one of these many beautiful little small ways of I'm really.
I picture later if this were a normal network television show, in episode like 9 or something, or 12, you'd have the Punisher eating a giant sandwich and not get half to
and go that way. Yeah,
that's what would happen.
I almost picture The other way, you could use that is like he's got sandwiches for everybody, and he's got like a role in the mission for everybody, and everything's smoothed out later on or something like that. I don't know if they'll ever directly use it, but I wanted to call it out like you were saying as like a thing where I'm like I'm really pleased when I see stuff like that.
Now his face when he's like. The
I-
way he like
I almost thought it might have been ad-libbed or something, right?
was
Like
wonderful.
it was really, really good. And there's a scene, just so we jump around, where he's talking to Karen like later, and some of the dialogue even felt like ad-libbed in like a good way. Like he steps on her. He was like I have to keep you safe. These men decide what the truth is, or something like that. But she's still talking, and like the way
Yeah.
he steps on her, he goes, "What do you mean? What do you mean I can't? I have to!" And like says something. And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like it felt really like
The part of that conversation that felt a little weird was like the little kiss on the cheek at the end. It felt weird.
I missed
Did
that.
it,
I'm retarded.
like
What
the
happened?
conversation ends and like he leans over so his face is facing the camera, she's sideways, and like he gives like a peck on the cheek and then
Does
and
he?
like walks
oh
away.
my god, I didn't even
and I was
notice
like,
that.
it felt not only like out of character, like
Huh.
because
They're gonna do the sex. I think
I don't
so.
know. It felt very weird.
The sexual tension you cut with a knife. They're gonna make pale, elbowy love to each other.
And then there's gonna be a love triangle. Red, you would have made a hell of a boyfriend.
Sorry. Sorry, I stole your boy. Sorry, I stole your girl and your city. You were off in a monastery doing whatever.
Right from under your blind nose.
No, he's got Electra. He's fine.
Does he? And
No,
she could be dead.
He's not dead. She's not dead. I think.
Well, nobody's dead.
Um,
Well, no, she's not dead again.
No one ever really dies, nerd. Now, that conversation, though, was based on Karen's involvement here. She gets called in for questioning. There's a whole fucking plot with her. She meets Medina and all that stuff. I like that.
The Medina character, interesting to me.
I'm-
In this
I'm
episode,
going back and forth on her a lot.
played some parts that I was like, that's a strange, like, it
Like
seemed
what?
out of
What do you mean?
character. Like her and the Billy guy,
Yeah,
like, getting down and dirty. It felt weird to me.
it did. And it,
Like,
and
I'm like, all right, I guess that. Like he takes her top off and she's like still taped up. Like,
Yeah.
like, what happened? Oh, I'm fine. But like earlier, she's like just getting up hurt, and then like
I
later on,
know.
she's like rocking her hips and doing her shit.
She
And I'm
wa-
like,
yeah.
I think you'd be bleeding internally
she
from this.
she wanted to get freaky so much that cause she was visibly in pain during their making out
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And people commented during the episode, "You seem like you're in pain. Are you okay?" or whatever the fuck. And like the whole opening montage where she's like taking pills and like waking up and going "fuck."
Those were
and
just
all
like
that stuff.
Tylenol though. They weren't even prescription.
They were giant though.
The side of the label. I think it was like
Just
Advil or
Tylenol?
Tylenol or something. Like they couldn't show the whole label because they're not
Oh,
like,
okay.
they're not cleared for it. But like
It
I
was in
recognize
like
the side.
it was in like the amber plastic
No, it was
prescription
white
bottle,
with
though,
it was
right?
white with a red or blue
Oh.
package. I
There
forget.
were amber prescription bottles in the shot though. I don't know what they were trying to do
The
there.
one she took was
Maybe she wasn't-
regular pill.
Maybe the point of that was that she's not taking her prescription meds because she's such a badass.
Such a badass.
Such a badass.
I like that they explained the car away. They told her her dad. No, my dad gave me that for my 21st birthday.
I'm happy about that because I threw that in to like my reaction of like she has to be like this fucking weird car chase out of nowhere. Like they have to say something like I'm a car enthusiast of some sort, and yeah, it was a gift, and I assumed that there was a history
Yeah.
where he was like getting her into stuff or whatever the fuck. Because like otherwise it's like what, you're just a random cop who randomly drives like a fucking race car fucking driving thing or whatever.
She seems to be from a rich family though.
Yeah, no, it all lines up, and I'm happy with it. But I'm glad that they throw in some little stuff, and the fact that she's pissed off about the car, and the fact that he takes that same picture and says, "Do you want to know what your team thinks? They think you're a badass," and like shows the mangled
Yeah,
car.
he walked away from
and
this
how she
fucking horrible mess.
Because what happens? Like, oh, we're blind, we're deaf, we're cut off. What how's the mission gonna go? And she fucking
Yeah.
does it herself. Like that's awesome.
That
And-
only
and he
really is
kinda makes
awesome
that
though if
point.
you actually
Yes,
solve the problem.
exactly.
It's like if you shoot the ball at the buzzer and miss,
Yeah.
you're not the boss. You're,
I know,
you're
I
the
know.
chump.
But it isn't like like someone else couldn't take the shot and you hogged it from them.
Yes,
it was
yes.
you. I tried everything I could. I fucking dum
Well,
dum dum dum. Boom,
You did
the
run
thing.
from a team into your car alone. Had you put a second person in the car, they could have been shooting.
Well, and that was a weird comment too. She said like almost caught him too, and I was like, did you? What was your plan
Yeah.
in this whole thing? It was a weird dumb.
Well, her
dumb
plan was to win the game of chicken, have him crash the car. She'd save the day.
And she'd be
she didn't
awesome?
count on like a truck hitting her.
I guess to win the game of chicken. My God.
Yeah.
I feel like the car just could have driven around each other, and then she'd be like, that was gonna happen.
Oh, he was trying to go that way anyway.
Oh, fuck.
Damn it! Now I'm that way, really far.
Yeah, that's the opposite of what I
didn't think of
wanted
this.
to do.
Damn it!
And then it cuts to Micro pulling into their facility with all the guns safely, with no problems at
Yeah.
all, and you're like, oh, I guess that would have worked out.
Now it cuts to her back at the base. Oh, almost had him.
Almost had him too.
What? All right.
I liked her not telling anyone that she saw Frank Castle. I didn't know.
Well, I don't think she could at the moment.
I didn't know which way it was going to go at first, so I'm happy. And she lets her partner in on it, and he's waffling a little, and they have like a little fake tension where you didn't know if he blabbed or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck.
but they already know because they're tapping all the phones or whatever.
Oh my God! So like, well, that guy doesn't know, but like a much more important guy knows. Oh my God, Agent Orange and shit.
So
Holy shit!
Here's something I had mixed feelings about. So Agent Orange, bad guy.
Bad guy.
In the past, he's controlled missions that Frank himself has been in, right?
Right.
So he controls good men. He sent a squadron of men to catch Frank and Gunnar, or to kill them, really.
Yeah.
But Frank and Gunnar kill all of them.
Yes.
They're all potentially good men.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh, do you mean good like proficiently skilled or good like good guy?
Good guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
no,
that
totally.
just as easily if this was some other bad guy who was a good guy.
Yeah.
If Frank wasn't the person being attacked.
I
here,
agree, 100%.
Frank could have been on the team
the other
attacking
team.
Frank,
I know.
and you'd be like, well, that's a good guy. Oh no, good guys are dying.
The Punisher is about moral ambiguity, and I think because now like those
But
guys.
he's not really.
No, I know.
Like
Those
he
guys
doesn't
were
hurt
like-
Medina or cops or.
Yes, those guys were like faceless, nameless guys who work for Agent Orange now. And he's a part of like the CIA and all that
Yes.
stuff. So there's some sort of. I think that you're meant to think that he's bad and he's doing bad things now. But you're absolutely right that these people are just people who like work domestic security
Yeah.
for the CIA. I guess right. They're just like normal people.
Well, it's the same way that like Randall and Clerks brings up like how many contractors died on the Death Star. It wasn't even done being built yet.
No,
like,
and
they
these
were
people-
innocent.
No, and like cleanup crews and normal people and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That shit always happens.
No, but it's
so
strange that when you think about it.
They
though.
even threw in. So those things don't bother me, so I never think about it. But they threw in.
Well, my thought is though,
Yes.
like Frank would have thought about these things. Like these are soldiers, American soldiers.
They're shooting at him. They're on the wrong side.
I guess.
But they like to mitigate those feelings, I think, because people like subconsciously have these feelings. So the last guy that he kills, they even give him some dialogue where he's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you,"
Yeah.
all that stuff, just to like make it okay. Or to like reinforce the fact that like they're telling you that it's okay that he's doing this, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it is okay.
I
I'm
thought it
saying
was kind of
that,
to enforce the fact that they're bitches. Like
Okay, sure.
he lost it. I don't know how Frank did what he did there. That end of that scene. How do you bring it up? Where he talks, right?
Yeah.
So Frank gets a guy, and then like zips off. And when that guy turns around, he's gone. Frank is perfectly covered in grass or
Yes.
in leaves. You don't see him, and he springs up and he gets that guy. And then the last camera goes off on Agent Orange's screen.
Yeah.
And then it turns over there, and Gunner's killing one last guy, and you're like, who the hell was that guy?
Oh, I don't know the order of the things.
How it appeared was that like
I thought
too many people died.
I
before they went
thought
to cameras.
Gunners had started killing someone, and then Frank was always hiding, and then they cut back to Gunner finishing killing someone or something like that.
Oh no!
I don't know.
Like,
I do not remember anymore.
I could have sworn it was when he jumped up and slashed that
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
It was down to two. There was a split screen of cameras.
That's two guys. Yeah.
Frank kills a guy
And he
and then hides into the leaves, and then kills the second guy, and both the cameras are gone. And then Gunner drops a guy from behind a tree.
I don't know. I took it the other way. I took it that I don't know. I don't know anymore.
Hmm.
We'd have to go frame by frame and analyze the footage. But like there's a scene where he stabs someone earlier on when there's like the tree. Like when like Micro gets involved, like you say, he proves himself that he's valuable for the mission with the drone and all that shit. There's a point where he like gets the guy like around the corner and he stabs him and then like moves the knife in some way and like blood sprays out and all that stuff. There's a lot of like really visceral, awesome like things and all that.
I thought the part where like there's a trap that springs up and gets a guy, and then Frank like runs up to stab him a little bit more and
yes.
gets shown on the camera was like super pointless. The only reason he got shot was because of that thing. Like that guy was already dead. There was no point in finishing him off.
I don't know. The guy was screaming the whole time. It had a lot of like emotional impact on me, and he screamed more, and he stabbed him more, and did more stuff or whatever the fuck.
It was just a thing
Plus,
where like they don't have guns, they don't have bullets, they have knives, and he like.
Oh, he had to steal that guy's gun. That's why I did it.
But in doing that, he got shot.
Well, presumably
like,
he was going to get shot anyway because they were shooting at him.
I guess. he like stood there for a while.
He wanted a gun. He wanted to fight back. And
Everybody
all that stuff.
wants a gun.
And at the end, he even talks to the camera. So he totally was eventually going to be on camera anyway. I didn't even know if he.
I thought his whole point was
to
not let the government know he was alive.
I know.
He got chewed out earlier this episode by Micro for the exact point, and then he went and did that.
And by the way, Micro's absolutely correct, right? And like Frank's like, why won't you just drop it? And he's like, what the fuck, Frank? Like, Agent Orange knowing that you're alive is bad. he's like, you don't understand. It's fucking whatever. Yeah.
No, and then I'm coming for you, Agent Orange.
I know. He fucking says it. Whoever you are, I'm coming for you. And the guy's like in his office, like, oh my god, like, what the fuck, this fucker.
Yeah, I love that one punch like destroyed the guy's eye, scarred his face forever.
I was so happy about that. I wrote it in my notes.
That punch
he has
was
a fucked up
ridiculous.
eye! Like exclamation point.
Like
or
he exploded when Frank punched him. So it's good. There's a mark.
That's awesome, though. It's so awesome that he's wearing that the whole time, and that sets him up as like the major villain now, right? So we don't need Billy to be a villain. We have him physically back. I didn't know if he was even going to come back like this. I didn't know if he was just going to get killed somewhere or show up at the end as like part of a thing, or to have like like the moral of it be that he's just a cog in the machine too, and he's just doing his shit or whatever the fuck. Yeah. But he's totally now. He's like, and they had like the computer screen like in the Aliens movie with like the Space Marines where they start to go out, like it was that soul. Yeah. He's like the ringmaster coordinating the fucking shit. But no, it's awesome. The eye's all milky and the fucking like around the socket is all fucked up still. Like I don't know if that's realistic from like any sort of punch, but I was super on board with it. I love that's there in every shot. And honestly, the dude playing that character, maybe I didn't notice it earlier, but there was a few shots when he's talking to like the woman who's going to become the director and wants him as her deputy and all that stuff. When she says, "Are there any skeletons in your closet?" Like whatever his name is, Gary, Wilson, Robin, whatever the fuck. And like the way that he answers, like, "No, ma'am." Like I was looking, back and forth between his eyes, and like his like a good eye was even like deader than his dead eye. He was so like, he would have passed like the world's most sensitive polygraph test when he lies to her face. Like he even like waited, like his face didn't crack during the question or the answer. He like waited out the entire time before and after. He patted it with this like dead stare of fucking like controlled like fucking evil. It was amazing.
Yeah, I do want to see him die.
Yes. That's a good takeaway from all that. Yes,
that's how you know someone's
I can't
a good
wait
villain
for him
when
to
you
die.
want them to die. Like, oh, I hate him so much. That means they're great.
Yeah, no, like 100%. I'm very like I don't have any I don't have any doubts that he'd be willing to do literally like he might kidnap or kill or try to kill Karen at some point, right? Or Micro's family.
Well, that's what I thought.
I'm not the least bit like punches will be pulled. They're like, well, he works for the government. They can't just do this. He's just like,
no, he'll do anything.
Nope. Like the day after, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna send out a team. And I'm gonna watch. I want to watch.
Yeah.
And all that shit. Like, holy shit. Like, fuck.
I'll give advice. Whisper sweet nothings in your ear.
I have to clean up this mess or whatever. Oof.
I liked Micro's drone. I like his little heat sensitive thing. I thought that was very cool. I think the Gunner character was interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're going to see him go back and bury that guy in the next episode.
He has to, right?
You'd think so. The car was driving away pretty good. He missed dinner, so that's something.
I wrote down in my notes, oh shit, it is it's Sunday. And all that stuff.
You'd think they wouldn't have taken a weird driving trip knowing
on
that
that
Sunday.
day. Yeah, I think that this is so like honestly like shots of the daughter's face. Like her new fake dad's letting her down, just like her old not dead dad is doing it. And like the wife, the same deal, right? There was a new like presence. You don't need to call a guy anymore. You got me or whatever. And it's like, nope, you're just like everyone else. Oh shit.
Yeah.
But then you cut to like the real world, right? Where he couldn't have thought, yeah, I'll get this done. Gotta be there by 6. It's fine. Like their mission is what's so important because it is important, right? Every day counts. Maybe he could have been killed by like the government who's looking for him too.
Yes.
So it's that thing of like, well, yeah, I did say that, but that's not even a fact. Or there's not even dialogue. He's not even like, Frank, I saw you on the cameras. Promised to be at my wife's tonight, though. Should we go tonight or should we? Like there was no thought given. It was like, no, this is our focus here or whatever. But then you cut to like the people in their lives and like how they have to deal with that focus in their life. Ooh.
Prediction is that he's gonna go back, say he's sorry, be like, a friend of mine died, which is true.
Yeah,
friend of his died.
Technically correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He. So like the fact that
I had to bury a friend is probably what I was gonna say.
Yeah. It was his funeral, and then like cut to him like
digging that hole. Yeah.
like doing this stuff. No, I know, and that's fucking. When he went back this episode, I was like, oh, he's just gonna constantly be over there now. Because last episode I was like, you have to go sign the insurance forms. Is that really the best excuse to get him over there? What the fuck? And now he just needs no excuse. He can just go over there. So I'm like, oh man, that's fucked. I still am not clear on whether or not he knows that Micro has the cameras.
I don't think he knows.
That's really weird.
Because he's never once displayed, I don't think, that knowledge.
That he knows the cameras are there. That's really interesting.
I think Micro's going to say something that he says.
Yeah, and he's going to go,
like,
how'd you know about that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got the place bugged?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, because like I knew that wasn't on the screen when he was tied to the chair, but I thought since then, and I definitely agree that, like, I knew that Micro didn't want Frank to watch him looking at that, but I didn't think he was doing it as soon as he showed up to, like, hide it from him.
I think he's hiding it.
Yeah, that's much more complex, and I like that a lot. Because like you're saying, it's gonna come out in some weird thing.
Has to.
This is next level creepy, David. David, what's his name? Robert Lieberman? Something Lieberman.
No, you're gonna get something where he's like, "Why don't you just go blah blah, taking my family?" You'd be like, "What? Why do you think that?" He goes, "I saw you.
Yeah. Or maybe they'll kiss, or something will happen, or something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Kiss my wife, you son of a bitch.
Because then he would crack, even if the whole thing's been like on the DL. He would have to fucking be like,
or he's into it.
This is getting too much. Or he's just pissing popcorn. Like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
Now tell her she's fat. What?
Yeah, no, that's what she likes. He gives her pointers.
Yeah,
like, she likes like this. This is her thing. All that stuff.
Anything else happened in this episode? Do we see any of other characters? I don't recall seeing anything other than Billy except for that one
Those
scene.
are the main thing, yeah. So like we didn't revisit. So like the stabbings in the woods, I already called out as being really visceral. He uses the arrow at one
100%.
point. Like that's such an important part of it to me, because you don't want this to feel like an action movie from the 90s, like a Sylvester Stallone thing where he just like goes and they go or something like that. Like,
oh no,
like,
no, they're not
like
pulling punches here. They're killing you.
Like the way even
intensely.
And like you said, it's not just like, well, these are the bad guys. It's like these are just more guys, and they're dying and they're screaming, or like they're afraid, or they're like they're like three-dimensional people and they're being fucking like murdered. And you can't always just say, oh well, he was bad, so that's fine. It's like, and sometimes even if they are bad, it's like, well, he was like taking dirty money and undercovering stuff, and now you're like torturing him in this horrible way, and it's like, okay, pretty hardcore, Frank. Good times.
Do you always find it funny though that like you have these armored fucking troops and they get shot and they just die?
Oh yeah, where they just fall off the thing and immediately die. Yeah. That's why I like to have him having to like stab him in the neck and then like twist the knife out of his neck, and it's
because
like,
I don't think every gunshot was a face, head, neck shot. I think they were shooting him in the chest and they were dying.
Yeah,
now, that could just be like, we have armor-piercing bullets and not armor-piercing vests.
I know, and like and there's a thing of like some of those are just like resistant, so it's like being hit with a sledgehammer and you fall down.
Sure.
But then you wouldn't die from that, right, or whatever.
Like the bow and arrow would go right through the vest regardless.
Okay.
That's just the thing.
Is it?
They're pointed.
Right.
So like how the vests work, they're like slowing and catching a blunted object, but a pointed arrow goes right through.
It slices right through Kevlar and
stuff?
Oh
yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like butter.
They didn't really use that, I think, in this, right?
He shot two of them with a
yeah, but I thought it was in like more exposed, like
I thought it was right in the chest.
Like plates or something. I don't know. That's fine. My whole thing with stuff like this is, why just send 8 guys? Like, what are you doing? Like, why don't you send 100 guys?
Well, I think it was like 8 guys to kill this guy in his house. I don't think they were expecting resistance or the Punisher.
But that means it's super coincidental and weird that you found him the same day. That that is crazy to me, right?
Well, I think The names were given the same day.
Like the agent or something, I think, said something about his name, or like they had like the list of names, right?
Yes.
But then Micro had to find that he's off the grid and he has a cabin and he does all these things or whatever, and we can presume that like they're doing the research in parallel and this just happened to happen, but it's sort of crazy. Coincidental, not a deal breaker like the other coincidences that we had in previous episodes.
They could have found out, like, it's still a coincidence. They could have found out like later than him because they drove and no one took a helicopter in. So like the difference could be dramatic.
Had someone been bugging or like someone, right, or like hacking the other people, right?
Uh-huh.
Had someone hacked Micro's intel and then they got him that way, that would have been cool. Or if like if like Micro's looking into him and he overhears that there's this operation where they're gonna go kill him, like we have to beat him there, some weird thing like that or whatever. But whatever, it played fine for me. I liked how it all played out.
Yeah. So we'll see if it takes 1 day for the Punisher to heal from an arrow through the shoulder.
It needs
and
to,
a
right?
split side.
Because he has shit to do.
Yeah.
That's always tough because like medical attention. I was like, are we going to the night nurse? What are we doing? Can like Micro patch you up? What's happening here?
No idea.
Yeah.
I might go to one of his military buddies. Oh, I was the resident whatever.
Oh, his friend. Oh no, isn't that guy a medic? Isn't Curtis a medic? The dude with the bad leg.
Oh yeah, he might be.
Fuck, I think he is. He said so. Like he'll patch you up quicker than blah blah blah. Oh man, that's awesome. So he's your night nurse.
There you go.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think that's kind of everything that happened this episode.
I think we're good. Looking forward to the next one.
Most definitely. All right, guys. So let us know in the comments below if there's anything we missed, something you want to talk about. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.